Tonito-Samuel, and I'll be speaking on the business of creativity, how to build sustainable income systems around creative talent and scale creative ventures. That's a mouthful. Some of us are not built for this speaking thing. Also, I thought, well, I like to talk in my inner circle. But when it comes to standing in front of people, now I'm like, we all know what sustainable business is about, right? Who wants to tell me what sustainable business is about?
I mean, when I think about sustainability in businesses, keeping it going.
Yes.
It's not just you started and then you forgot about it, but something that, we'll go back to earlier, something that outlives you.
Yeah. So basically, it's you starting something, and you keep doing it, you're making money from it, and you have a working system. All right? That's what sustainable business is all about. Next slide, please. So growing up as a child, and I had this uncle who was taking us math and accounting. So he would always say, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I'll say, "I want to be an accountant." And he'll say, "Do you want to be a scattered accountant or a chartered accountant?" Right? So he must decide. Because he would look at our workstation and he's like, "You guys are so kept, your books are everywhere, you know." So he would always say that, "Do you want to be scattered or you want to be chartered?" And of course I grew up like that, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be an accountant someday," but I hated accounting. Then went off to college. I was doing well at maths because my uncle taught us well. And he gave us the basic foundation of mathematics, so I enjoyed mathematics. From there, studied business administration, and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm very creative. I make my hair myself. At some point, my mom is a fashion designer, right? She never sat me one day to say, "Oh, this is how you make a dress." But at some point, I made clothes for myself, and I wore them in college, right? So I've always known I'm creative. I've always known I like to make things with my hands, you know. But of course, after college, went on to get a job, worked for about 7 years of my life. It was fun, but you know, there's something missing, right? Then we came to South Africa. And before coming to South Africa, I went out my few weeks outside of the 9 to 5, right? I went out, learned, the Lagos State government, like Gauteng government back home, they were like training a few people on decorations, how to do setups, event setup and all of that. I attended that class just for the fun of it because I had a few weeks before coming to South Africa, right? After that, I went somewhere, I learned how to make bags. You know, are you seeing the timeline? Right? Oh, I want to be an accountant, I love mathematics, I work for somebody. But at the end of the day, here I am today making what? Bags. Here I am today, by the way, my 9 to 5, I worked in the hotel. Here I am today cooking. Here I am today doing event decoration.
Wow.
Right. Do you understand?
Right.
Next slide, please. So what's the biggest myth around creativity? I'm going to ask our uncles. Because my parents, and my husband can as well attest to this, they would say things like, "My friend, go and get a real job. What do you mean you are an influencer? What do you mean you are putting camera in front of your face? Your mates are studying to become doctors, accountants." So one of the major myths of creativity, right? Some of us would say things like, "This social media thing, it's not for me. I don't like it." That's a big myth because right now in reality, you don't need to like social media to sell your creativity on social media, right? One of the other myths is charging money will chase people away. At some point, well, I belong to a crochet group, right? At some point, I would see people, they're selling a piece of clothing for a certain amount. I'm like, "Hey, you're selling this dress for 300. How? Did you steal your materials?" Because, and at some point I was like, "Oh, I think I should bring down my prices." And my husband was like, "Your brand is what? Amira Luxury Collections." So you're not going to sell at 300 rand because you're selling what? Luxury. So the other myth about creativity is if I'm good, people will find you. Nobody's going to find you in the corner of your cubicle if you don't talk about your brand, if you do not sell the brand. So in reality, visibility is a system and not luck. Next slide, please. What do you know about sustainable income? What are the types of sustainable incomes you've heard about? Anyone? Okay. So we have service income, we have product income, content income, teaching and knowledge. Next slide, please. Can we see the?
It is very creative.
Oh my god. So under teaching, right? Under teaching and knowledge-based income, you have things like what? Workshops, online courses, mentoring. Under creativity, you have what? Art and craft. You have jewelry, you have crochet, and the likes. Next slide, please. Some people say they are not creative, right? You say you are not creative, but I promise you, there is 1,000,001 things you can do. I have no problem against 9 to 5. Like I said, I was enjoying it. Yeah, it was good because I was top management. Before you see the area general manager, you have to come through me. You know, I was enjoying all the perks. You know, you go on vacation, you get paid, you have a 13th salary, you have housing allowance, all of that. But I knew that was not for me. I wasn't finding fulfillment. So yes, you can have your 9 to 5, but make sure you have something else by the side. MCing, hosting. At some point, I told my husband, my friend, you're not a speaker until you're getting paid for it. Yes, he was offended by that statement, but it was the truth. You can't say you are a speaker, but no one is paying you. Nobody is saying, Tonito, I need you to come and speak at my event, you know, and you know, there's a check afterwards. All right? There are so many things, and I made this particular slide specifically for our younger generation, because we have people in our lives where you're trying to explain to them that, God, you need to do something. You need to take a step. You need to do something with your life. You need to, there are so many things you can do, right? And these young people will say things like, oh, but I need money to start. Oh, but I need to have a good phone. Oh, you know, 1,000,001 excuses to do something for themselves, right? But you are in grade 12, you can tutor younger children. And you make money from it. All right? You can run errands. Funny story. Before the end of 2025, my daughter walked up to us. Yeah, so things have to change in this house. She went on, created a PowerPoint presentation telling us how we must pay her from 2026 for doing house chores.
A whole PowerPoint.
I'm telling you, like a whole PowerPoint presentation. Next slide, she went on to say, oh, if you are not fully convinced, I think I'll teach my brother Afrikaans, you know, just so that you can pay me extra. If at the end of 2026, do you think she's going to ask you for money to say I need to buy things for myself? No, she has money. She has money. So I'm shocked when I see young people giving excuses to say, oh, I don't know what to do, there's no jobs, and I hear this a lot, and yeah. I'm sorry, but I feel like our people from this region were very, very entitled, waiting for the government to always do things for us. Yes. Going forward, for you to make an impact in your life, like Claude was saying, to have influence in your immediate surrounding, in your community, you need to be able to have an income. That's why when you are speaking to people, you are not speaking from a place of, oh, I'm begging, oh, I don't have. You are speaking of a place where I can take care of myself, and I can also show you how to take care of yourself. So there are 1,000,001 things. Some people are coming to you every day after, my sister, you can sing. My sister, you can sing. And that singing is not making you money. My friend, you don't want to be broke in 2026. So if you have to walk up to bars, if you have to walk up to restaurants to say, oh, I can sing, I'm going to sing for the first couple of weeks, or maybe for the first 2 months, but afterwards, if you like my singing, then you can pay me. Or you're someone who loves to go to the gym, like my uncle is a gym rat. You need to start uploading videos now so that people can pay you to, you know, become gym instructors. That can be your side hustle. I'm just saying, sir. You know? Or you do your makeup like Miss World here, and people are like, wow, did you wake up like this? You need to start making money from it. And besides, you have a brand already. Attaching your brand to what you do gives you a platform, right? Forex trading, basic computer teaching. You can teach people around, people who don't have the skill. All right, video editing, content creation. If you have a phone, you can make money. All right. Some of us like to cook. How much is that cooking making you, my friend? It was making money. It was making money. All right. Upcycling products. At some point, I made bags from denim. I think one of them, my kids still take them to school up until now. It's looking old already, but at least, you know. Graphic designing. If you are still paying somebody to design for you in 2026. Photography. All right. Hairstyling. So many things you can do to make money for yourself. Next slide, please. So how do we now take this talent or this creativity or these giftings to the next level? By making it work for us and making money with it. Next slide. Start with one clear talent. We're all creative. Everyone has one tiny bit of creativity in them, so there's no excuse. But we always want to do so many things at the same time. Next slide, please. So, I want someone in this room to give us an idea of something they've been thinking about, something they enjoy doing, and we'll see how we can move it from being just your talent or just an idea to something. Not too much.
Disqualified.
Leadership, she's in the position.